All right, so today's the day. I am going to remove the engine out of this 92 Honda Civic. Probably gonna start at the bottom and then work my way up, remove the distributor, a couple other things that might be in my way. But I got my engine hoist ready to remove this, and it's gonna be fun. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil and drain the transmission oil and start removing the axles, motor mounts, the wiring harness. I haven't decided if I want to, take off like the intake manifold, header, and so forth, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the air compressor. It's gonna be a little loud in here, so I am going to stop the video. So the air compressor is done. I will go ahead and change the drain, the oil out of this. Gotta get my rag ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. So I have the Spoon Sports magnetic drain plug. I have one in the transmission also. This has actually been sitting for quite some time. It's got a little bit of grime on it, but that's to be expected. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this to drain, and I will go ahead and wait for that. All right, so it has stopped draining. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain the transmission. I've actually seen people use an impact on these to remove them or put them back on. That is a huge no-no. I do not recommend that. Every time I see it on YouTube and everybody doing that, I cringe. That is a no. Do not do that. All right, so this has got a little bit of shavings on it. I am going to rebuild this transmission. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty wild. But it's one of the reasons why I will be rebuilding this transmission. I'd hate to see what that magnet inside looks like. It's probably full. But yeah, it's still on there. So much shavings there are. Transmission fluid looks good, but gotta drain it all before we pull the motor. All right, so I'm gonna wait for that to drain. All right, so the transmission fluid is done draining. I am going to move on to the axles. One of the main reasons you want to drain the transmission is when you pull the axles out and you pull the engine out, transmission fluid will get everywhere. Move on to the other side. They usually put anti-seize on here, so when you do this over and over again, it just slides right out. So, pretty neat trick to do. As you can see, this still has anti-seize on it from the last time I put it on. And it won't seize on you. All right, next I'll be working on the header. Maybe take these off, they go on the bottom. Haven't decided yet, but gotta decide that in the next few seconds. So, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna start from the top since I already pretty much took these bolts out. But it'll take a few minutes. This out. There. It's always good to make sure there's no leaks on the edges, but go ahead and do a close-up on this real quick so you can see why I need a rebuild. So, can you see all that carbon buildup? And obviously all the corrosion, but it's easy to clean. This is a poured in and polished GSR head. I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up as soon as I take the engine apart. There'll be a video on that also. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bottom of the car and take that header off. The best lights ever. A magnet. Stick it to any metal surface. Try to get the best light you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the header off. But since I haven't done this in a while, I don't know if I used a 12 millimeter or a 14 millimeter. But I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the O2 sensor real quick. I forget to do that. I'm gonna do one of these. Be a nightmare to put all the forward wire back to where they were in the plug if they do fall out. Alright, so it looks like 12, but let's see. Make sure. So I guess over the years, I ended up changing these bolts. Here. So I'm probably going to need a new header anyway. As you can see, I got a couple hits here and there. It was a pretty good header for what it was. We'll go ahead and put this to the side. All right, so this right here, this needs to come out, and there's a pin right in here. That is sometimes a pain, but if you have the right tool, pretty easy to come out. As you can see, this is actually a Integra Type R flywheel. So I might go ahead and keep that, I don't know yet. But right now, I haven't decided on what clutch I want to do next. I have an ACT in it now, so I might go with something else, a different company. But ACT's been pretty good. These side motor mounts, it's a 14 on the top, and then 17, and then 14 on the sides of the AC bracket. And then 14 on the top, so I'm going to do those and leave the motor mounts onto those brackets, just leave them on there. I'll probably end up buying new ones anyway. These have the inserts in them, the energy suspension. They did their job for however long they've been in here. I think probably 15 to 20 years, or give or take. But I'm going to go ahead and get a 17 millimeter. Some people put them in bags and label them. I've done this probably 100 times, so I kind of remember where everything goes. But if you're doing it for your first time, I suggest either doing a box and labeling it, motor mount area, do whatever you have to do, or put them in bags, Ziploc bags, and label those. Eventually, you get to the point where you'll know where all the bolts are. Now I'm going to move on to the AC bracket. That is a 14 millimeter. Let's see if I got it here. I don't know if this thing's going to take it out, but we'll try. My trusty not having a radiator in here and all that kind of helps a little with all this. So if you're ever doing a motor swap, remove the radiator, and there's a lot of room. are all pretty much the same size. I'll probably be getting myself a Ziploc bag since I probably won't remember where those go. But get these off. So as you can see, these have been on there for quite some time, but did their job. Same thing with the AC bracket. Here. So today was a pretty productive day. I got, I would say, about 60% of this stuff off of here already. The next video will be showing you the power steering removal, the axle removal, the shift linkage, trying to get everything out of here, stripped down for the body shop so they don't have to, you know, remove anything. I'll remove all the brake lines, the booster, clutch, you name it, it is all coming out. All that will be in the next videos coming up, but the next one after this will be me pulling this motor out. And I would like to thank you for watching Build with Ross. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.